What's up, party people? Welcome to another podcast featuring two dudes who love metal. We are gathering our army to join the Agents of Rage. I am the general on the front lines, El Ren, and as always, joined by the 4-star, or should I say, 4 Loco, Battle Admiral TD. We have made it to episode 24, another preview of Hell's Heroes, as we are less than a month before we get on our horses and gallop down to Houston, Texas. What's up, TD? How's it hanging?
Hey, not too much. I like the Four Loco better, actually, just so you know. But I just got back from SoCal on a little business trip planning for 2025, feeling super motivated, and now ready to do some recording again.
Right on, man. Wednesday was my birthday.
I know. I initiated the happy birthday on the text.
Yes, you did. You did initiate that. So, so I'm here. I'm ready to go, and I'm ready to go another 50 years. You know what I'm saying? Let's, man, this can be the longest running podcast in the history of mankind at the end of the day. It will be beautiful. All right. And if not, we're going to go down swinging. We'll do it in heaven or the alternative. All right, before we begin, we'd like to opine on the shirts we're donning for each episode. What are you gracing the stage with today?
Morbid Angel. And this shirt I left at my brother-in-law's, and it was probably there for probably a year, and somehow it didn't get destroyed or thrown away, and so I saved it. And then since baseball season's starting, got to represent my ATL Atlanta Braves.
Right on, dude. Right on. It is. It's that time of year. Heck, man, it was 55 today in Michigan in February, which is an amazing anomaly. And today's the last day of February. That's when we're recording this. And tomorrow, of course, it's March, and it's going to be 27 degrees. So it is what it is. We take what we get. We have our blessings when we count them. So, hey, I have got on All Shall Perish.
Oh, that's a good one.
It is. Yes, it is. If we're headed to hell, hopefully this will curry favor with the fallen angels. All I'm saying. So pick this up after we saw them at Incarceration last year. Seemed appropriate. And as we've mentioned before, Hell's Heroes will be unlike any festival that we have traversed before. Could be the makings, TD, of the best one yet.
I think it could be too. You know, I as I continue to look at the bands, it's like 1986 all over again. You know, all these bands I never got to see and never really perform, all, you know, in a 3-day festival. It's pretty cool. So I'm really excited to check out these bands. It's gonna be pretty nostalgic. So and I think it is gonna be pretty kick-ass.
100%, dude. 100%. Special moments and something we're just gonna soak in. You know what I mean? And just be like, yeah. These are bucket list items in some of this case because it's so rare they perform. So we're going to get into it all. We are bringing you our top 5 most anticipated bands for day 3, which will be Saturday, March 22nd. And before I reveal the list, most of the bands we give you a listen to will be a double shot for you to throw down your throat. But if we differ, and we do slightly, you'll get a single shot. No rocks, just nice and neat. All right? TD, you ready to see each of our top 5 for day 3?
I am ready to go.
So again, in like most cases, our lists are very similar. This one, very, very similar. You know, he has S.A. Slayer in, I have Hellripper in. Everything else is the same. So we're going to play you some trippy music today. It's not all the same by any means. It crosses a lot of genres, but it kind of shows you the diversity of this festival, and I think that's what makes it so cool, because it brings fans, you know, of this band to this band, and normally they would never be at the same show. So take that for what it's worth. All right. I personally now have seen one of these bands live, Saxon. In fact, I have seen them twice, but I've yet to be entertained by any of the other bands on our list. What about you?
Yeah, same here. I think I've seen Saxon four times, I think. And they're an awesome live band. Awesome. But the other bands, No, I've never had an opportunity. I remember listening to Coroner a lot when I was a kid, and the SA Slayer's story about their name I thought was kind of interesting to talk about. The other two bands, Samael and Bloodceremony, no, never.
Yeah, me neither. No, me neither. And, it's crazy. So, headlining day 3 of Hell's Heroes 2025 is none other than who we're talking about. The legendary Saxon, hailing from Barnsley, England. These new wave of British heavy metal pioneers formed in 1976, if you can believe that. Inspired by bands like Led Zeppelin and Black Sabbath, of course. With their powerhouse sound, they often are compared to Judas Priest and Iron Maiden. Now, their iconic album, Wheels of Steel, is a metal masterpiece. No bones about it if you think about that era. And that solidified their status as one of the genre's most influential acts. Here's a fun fact. Saxon was the first band that I ever saw live back in 1983. Literally the first band I ever saw live in anything.
Wow.
So that is really special to me to be able to do that. But then I caught him again years later, 2018, touring with Judas Priest, which I thought was crazy, and they were still crushing it. No doubt about it. Rumor has it their Hell's Heroes set list will be basically a recreation of the Eagle Has Landed live album. That was their first live album in 1982, and I'll bet we'll get some of their later work as well. TD, Saxon is number 1 on both of our most anticipated lists for day 3. What say you about Saxon?
Yeah, I love that sound. It's the new wave of British heavy metal sound, and I'll never forget. I was at the Warfield in San Francisco, and they got for anyone who hasn't been there, they got a very small, relatively small pit area, and everything else is seats. So me and Special Agent Woody were down there in the front row, of course, and Biff Byford tossed me his towel, and he opened up a water bottle and tossed it to me as well. So I thought that was pretty cool that I caught those items. So I always remember that. But I love their music, and they put on a great show. They don't disappoint.
Yeah, dude, I feel you. I think that's awesome. That's a cool story. Seeing them with Judas Priest, in 2018 was amazing because here's two bands that are still doing it. They still can bring it. And it was really, really fun. And again, I like some of their new music. So you're getting my selection of some of their newer music.
Oh,
so this is what makes it cool. So let's get into it. Kicking off this mashup, we've got Denim and Leather, the title track from Saxon's 1981 album. This anthem was the rallying cry of the new wave of British heavy metal movement. Now, the album was recorded right when that whole thing was happening, really exploding, I would probably say. And this track perfectly captures the spirit of that era. Now, following that, we're blasting Thunderbolt from Saxon's 2018 album of the same name. This track is a modern day banger, proving Saxon still has the fire after decades in the game. It's a testament to their enduring power.
Well, you're wearing
that's a great song. I haven't heard that one before. His voice, Biff Byford's voice sounds awesome.
Oh yeah,
Great
that
song.
whole album, man, has got some good songs. And they were playing it in 2018, because they were touring that album. Believe it or not, Saxon was touring, just like Judas Priest was touring an album. Not the last one they had, but the one before that.
Yeah.
And they played, songs off that, and it all sounds like, Priest or Saxon.
Yeah.
They've stayed consistent. So,
Yeah.
Really looking forward to that, and that's going to cap off, our event. So, what a perfect way to end it, if we're still upright.
Yeah.
That will be the question. Okay, at number 2 on our list is the Swiss thrash legends Coroner. Hailing from Zurich, the trio formed in 1983, starting as roadies for Celtic Frost before carving their own path. Influenced by bands like Creator and Slayer, Coroner blends technical thrash with progressive elements, often compared to Voivod and Watchtower. Their groundbreaking 1991 album Mental Vortex is a masterpiece of intricate riffs and dark themes. Now, after a long hiatus, they return to the stage, and rumors suggest their Hell's Heroes setlist will include deep cuts and fan favorites. We are excited to witness one of metal's most innovative bands. Know what I'm saying, TD?
Mm-hmm. Yep. This is going to be good.
First up in this Coroner medley is Reborn Through Hate from their 1987 debut album, R.I.P. This track is relentless. It's a thrash assault, showcasing their raw energy and technical precision. It's a fan favorite that put Coroner on the map as one of the most promising bands in the thrash scene. Following that, we dive into Metamorphosis from their 1991 album, Metal Vortex. This track is a progressive thrash masterpiece, according to some, blending intricate riffs with dark atmospheric layers that highlight Coroner's evolution into one of metal's most innovative acts. Together, these songs capture Coroner's journey from thrash pioneers to progressive trailblazers. So here's Reborn Through Hate into Metamorphosis. Let the chaos unfold.
Time will come when they'll be back. Out for your life and aggressive attacks. Almost down to unknown death. Waiting for torture, destruction and death. They've been waiting for years. Years fell as pain. They've been waiting to see again. They kill with power and fun. Once mighty power compressed down. All these of dirt fighting for help. Almost contagious viewers like his own. Feel as wings of death. They've been waiting for years. Years fell as pain. They've been waiting to see again. They kill with power and fun. Born through hate. Will slash your necks until you die. Born through hate. Demands that's not about your life. Born through hate. Will slash your necks until you die. Born through hate. Demands that's not about your life. Hear me become a cry. Let me into those words and one. Hear me as a whisper so low that you won't dare to breathe. See me become a snake, wrapped around your neck. And see me become a spike, pushed deep in your flesh.
I don't remember that album. I don't think I've ever. The first one, yes, because I picked that one. But the second one, I don't recognize that, but they do have musically. They sound like Voivod, definitely. I once you said that, I heard it, and the vocals a little more thrash.
Definitely. When you listen to their kind of discography, because I've listened to several albums, I really like that one. It's clean. It's got kind of that Metallica Justice for All style, very deliberate, and fast, and something that's easy to follow.
Yeah.
Like you know where the progression is going, and you anticipate it, and then you get the reward. So
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I dig them. I think it's really good. So moving on. At number 3 on TD's list is S.A. Slayer, the cult thrash metal band from San Antonio, Texas. Formed in 1984, they were part of the Texas metal explosion, heavily influenced by bands like Slayer, Exodus, and Metallica. With their raw, aggressive sound, they're often compared to DRI and Nuclear Assault. Their 1986 debut album, Go for the Throat, is a thrash classic if you are familiar with the music. Packed with relentless riffs and rebellious energy, this Hell's Heroes show is a rare reunion, and rumors suggest that their set list is going to include fan favorites like Prepare to Die and The Sentence. Looking forward to this throwback to the glory days of Texas thrash, the age-old debate to the name who had Slayer first, TD. Did Slayer have it, or did S.A. Slayer, who had to eventually change their name, have it?
Well, according to my research, S.A. Slayer had it first.
That's what I heard too.
Yeah, so they got sued and I guess decided not to spend the money on fighting it. But imagine if it's the other way around, if L.A. Slayer,
right?
If they had got sued. But that's why I picked them, because they have a pretty interesting story, pretty interesting background.
And I think they're going to be cool.
Yeah.
So
the music's good too.
Absolutely. All right, well, let's tear into a thrash classic with S.A. Slayer's Final Holocaust from their 1986 debut album, Go for the Throat. This track is a relentless onslaught of speed and aggression, capturing the raw energy of the Texas thrash scene in the 80s. Known for its breakneck riffs and apocalyptic lyrics, Final Holocaust became an anthem for underground thrash fans and solidified S.A. Slayer's place in metal history. So here's a taste of the cult classic, Let It Rip.
You had your chance to rule the world the way that you please, but now there's got you love so much as giving it to me. Rainbows made of fire, thunders roll, the skies will burn. You think that after 2 big wars your leaders will have heard. The year has struck, we get on the fire. Let pause. The movement brings up little turns and calls it in a time. Now it's too late, you gotta hate the whole damn world is mine.
That was good stuff, man. That's another Metal Massacre 1.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, all the bands are trying to sound like that, and I can't wait to hear it live. I don't know that I've ever really got to hear any of that sort of genre or era of metal music live.
Right.
So it's gonna be kind of cool to check that out.
We were young,
We were.
no
one was
doubt.
gonna drive you to a concert, pick me up at
Right.
night, so.
And we just weren't as dialed in,
Uh-huh.
and people have to remember, when you think about, let's talk about the early 80s especially, there are no cell phones. There weren't even pagers yet. There was no communication outside of what you had in your house and a payphone some random place on the street. That's the only way you could call someone or communicate with anyone. So you had a lot of freedom to kind of do what you want. But we didn't know about the music because we just weren't in those circles yet. We're young.
No.
So you have to be in those circles where people are sharing tapes. You go to the swap meet and you buy some, tape. Who's this? Anthrax? Oh, all right, I'll check that out. That sounds crazy. So anyway, that's that's the way it was. And so it's so cool that we're going to hear a lot of that style of music at Hell's Heroes.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be fun.
Coming in at number 4 on both of our lists is the Swiss black metal legend Samael. Hailing from, I believe it's Sion, Switzerland, they formed in 1987, blending raw black metal with industrial and symphonic elements. Influenced by bands like Celtic Frost and Bathory, Samael has carved a unique sound, often compared to Dimmu Borgir and The Covenant with a K. Their groundbreaking 1996 album Passage is a genre-defining masterpiece, fusing dark atmospheres with electronic experimentation. This Hell's Heroes performance marks a rare reunion, and rumors that their set list will include music from the albums Blood Ritual and Ceremony of Opposites. How fired up are we to witness Samael's triumphant return?
Well, we apparently are both very fired up since we both picked them.
That's
correct.
correct.
We don't sit down and decide together. I pick mine, send it to El Ren, and then we, 90% of the time it seems like we match up.
Right.
But it'll be fun. I never heard of these guys till now. I didn't even know they were around so long. So it'll be, but I'm interested in seeing them, obviously.
Yeah, me included. Obviously, you got to do the research, start looking them up, seeing what they're doing. I always catch a live performance because I want to see what these bands look and sound like live. And they're awesome. They do not disappoint, no doubt about it. So first off, we've got Rain from Samael's 1996 album Passage. This track is a groundbreaking blend of black metal, industrial, and symphonic elements, showcasing their evolution into a more atmospheric and experimental sound. Its haunting melodies and driving rhythms make it a fan favorite. Next, we're cranking up Black Trip from their 1994 album Ceremony of Opposites. This track is a perfect example of Samael's ability to merge raw black metal intensity with hypnotic, ritualistic grooves. Together, these songs highlight Samael's journey from underground black metal pioneers to genre-defying innovators. Here's Rain into Black Trip. Let the darkness develop.
We go deeper, our trails
that's good. They're good. They got a great modern sound. Looking forward to seeing them a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's going to be really cool. And I think they have really honed their stage presence. Like, they're here now, you know, sometimes it takes a few years, but they're ready to go.
Yeah.
It'll be cool, man. It's going to be dark. It's going to be dark, man. There's going to be some, you know what I'm saying? It is going to be crazy, you know, in that respect, man. There is going to be heavy, I don't know, like occult-like presence.
Yeah, well, that's what the sound is.
Not that we're going to fall into any of that nonsense. I'm just saying that it'll be a real unique environment, man. So
no mosh pit.
It's going to be wild. And we're going to continue with the witchery right now. So rounding out our top 5 is Blood Ceremony. I'm going to say that again. Blood Ceremony. The occult rock masters from Toronto, Canada, formed in 2006. They blend doom metal, psychedelic rock, and flute-driven folk. And I'm not kidding, because you're going to hear it when we play them, but it's trippy. They draw inspiration from bands like Black Sabbath, Jethro Tull, definitely, and Coven. So they are often compared to the Devil's Blood and Jess and the Ancient Ones. Don't know either of those bands, but their sound is a haunting mix of vintage horror and retro vibes. Their 2011 album, Living with the Ancients, is a fan favorite, packed with witchy riffs and eerie melodies. Rumors suggest that at Hell's Heroes, that they are going to feature some of their classics like The Great God Pan and Oliver Haddam. This should be a spellbinding performance, and I don't know about you, but I'm excited. Plus, the female lead is kind of hot. Always a bonus, don't you think?
It sure is. When I listen to them, the music's so trippy. It reminds me, they kind of remind me of Pentagram. And then they sort of sound like something from like a Vincent Price movie in the 60s. So I just imagine this music playing in one of his movies, you know, and it's...
Yeah.
And that's...
Or even like Rosemary's Baby.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, that's how I imagine, you know, them being on that soundtrack. And so they're trippy, man. It's not normally my jam, but I'm very curious to see them.
Yeah, dude, me too. And once I listened to it, I was a little intoxicated by it. I was like, wow, you know, this is trippy and it's different. And that's what we like. You know, It's something new, you know? So even if it gives you the nostalgia of old, it's something new. So first up, we've got Goodbye Gemini. That is from Blood Ceremony's 2013 album, The Eldritch Dark. This track is a haunting blend of doom-laden riffs and eerie flute melodies, perfectly capturing their signature occult rock vibe. Now, its dark, mythical atmosphere is a fan favorite. Next, we're going to unleash The Devil's Widow. From their 2008 self-titled debut album, this track is a raw, hypnotic journey into witchcraft and folklore, showcasing their early sound, which was rooted in doom metal and 70s psychedelia. How about that? Yes.
Yeah, let's do it.
So together, these songs highlight Blood Ceremony's evolution from retro doom pioneers to masters of occult rock. Here's Goodbye Gemini into The Devil's Widow. Let the spell begin.
It's quite a scene. These lords of Carnaby, holding so many folks adoring. The joyous rise to the sun, their endless revelries. Yet their tea parties do get boring.
Yeah, that's going to be good stuff, man. I don't know how they said, hey, I don't know what made them think, hey, let's put them on this festival, but I like it. So I'm looking forward to checking them out. It's totally different, but that's the cool thing about these. You get exposed to, different things. If she were or they were, doing a headlining show, I probably wouldn't go. But since they're going to be here, they're a priority to check them out. So we will.
100%. And I'll tell you what, man, when it's let's say I'm the promoter or the guy who's organizing the festival, and I'm like, all right, Hell's Heroes #7, which is what it is.
Yeah.
What are the kinds of bands that we want here? Hell Ripper. Yeah, we want them here. Okay, definitely. Bloodceremony. Yeah, that's a cult rock. Yeah, you've got a place here at Hell's Heroes.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Cool.
So anyway, bottom line is those are our top 5 selections and the music from those bands. Hopefully, maybe you'll want to check some of the other ones out or some of the ones that we presented, further and see if it's something, hey, you might be into. So with that said, of course, our most anticipated bands are not the only bands playing on day 3. There is a lot of other stuff, people. Number 1, Primordial from Ireland. That is epic pagan black metal with folk influences. Imagine that. Number 2, Goat Whore from New Orleans, Louisiana. Blackened death metal with thrash and sludge elements. I mean, geez, that's the whole kit and cabana.
Oh, yeah.
Number 3, Night Cobra. They're from Houston, Texas, so they're in their hometown. Speed metal with a retro 80s vibe. I listened to a little bit of them. I would not describe them as that. However, that's a great description. Number 4, Spectral Wound from Montreal, Quebec, Canada. Raw atmospheric black metal. Number 5, John Christ. Lodi, New Jersey, now in LA, California. Heavy metal, hard rock. Former guitarist of Danzig. I mentioned that. The Night Eternal from Cologne, Germany. Melodic, heavy doom metal with gothic undertones. Hour of 13 from Charlotte, North Carolina. A cult-inspired doom metal with a vintage sound. Overdose from Sao Paulo, Brazil.
Ooh.
Classic heavy speed metal with a new wave of British heavy metal influence.
Nice.
White Magician from right here in Detroit, Michigan. I had no idea who they were, but they are retro heavy metal with occult and psychedelic themes. Now, of all of those you've heard, any of those bands you want to see?
Overdose from Brazil. Yeah, definitely. I never heard of them, so I'll have to check. I'm going to be curious to check them out. I've seen Goat Whore a few times. They're good too. But I've not seen any of the other bands.
Yeah. John Christ at Hell's Heroes just sounds like a must-see to me.
Right.
And if he's the former guitar of Danzig, he probably can play pretty good.
Yeah. He's got a nice ring to it.
For sure. Well, that's it, bro. Hell's Heroes is locked and loaded, and we have given 3 episodes of what we are looking forward to and the wildly diversity of metal we are going to consume. Now, among the libations, of course, we consume those and spirits. But all we need to do now is just get there. So the set lists have been revealed. Your thoughts on Hell's Heroes will play out.
I think it's pretty cool they put the set lists out because it gives you something to get excited about. So now we just wait, and I'm looking forward to getting out there and yeah, we've done this so many times. We're pretty much masters of the festival.
Oh yeah.
After incarceration, we got it down. So this is gonna be probably the best one ever, both because we know what we're doing and the lineups are just so unique. Yeah,
I agree with you.
Pretty jazzed.
I agree with you. So I pulled up some of these set lists. I know the pre-party is interesting. It's upstairs and downstairs. That's kind of how they label it out. And even at the pre-party, Satan's playing the pre-party.
Yeah.
I've been listening to a lot of their music, and it's really good. So I don't know much about Riot.
They're good. They've been around forever. They canceled a tour here years ago and never got to see him. And I'd like to see him.
All right. Well, we're gonna see him.
Yeah. Well,
that's
the one I want the most.
Yeah. So we fly in Wednesday, and then we'll head over to the pre-party and have a great time. You know, even if we just see like 3 bands, that's fine. That's perfect. Kind of whet the appetite.
And I won't miss my flight this time. I'll make it to the pre-party this year.
Thank you. That would be good. That was yeah. He just revealed some news. He made some news. TD missed the pre-party at what was that? It was Blue Ridge.
Yeah. That was anyway, it's a long story, but it wasn't my fault. So I don't take responsibility.
It wasn't. You're good, dude. So Thursday is the way they have it set up is inside and lawn. So they've got an outside and inside going, and they're pretty good about going back and forth in terms of once a band stops inside, they start outside.
Yeah.
So I like that. So you can kind of see a lot of it if you really want to. Yeah, I mean, inside on Thursday, really the only band we're gonna see. We're gonna see 3 bands: Savage Master.
Yeah.
We're gonna see Bewitcher and Raven. Those are gonna be inside, and then on the outside, part of it we'll have already seen Satan the day before, so that's not an issue. Enforcer, and Hyrax, DRI, then Warlord, then Abbott. Or a Bath or whatever. So. We're going to be outside a lot on Thursday for sure. So that's interesting. On Friday, we've got, inside. I don't know if you want to see Haunt again. They're inside.
Yeah, I actually bought a shirt from them, and I was talking, I think it was the drummer recently here in San Francisco, and see if I can, I told him I'd come see him again.
Yeah, and Sadistic Intent is also inside a few hours later, and I definitely want to see them. So we'll, again, be out on the outside a lot for Nasty Savage and Onslaught, Damicide, Omen, Cavalera, Crimson Glory. I mean, Friday, we're going to be outside doing a lot of cool hanging out. Hopefully the weather cooperates. Mm-hmm. And then again, what we just talked about on this show, the last day, inside, we'll make sure that we're checking out Blood Ceremony. And then John Christ is right after them inside, before, in between an outside gig. So I might check that out. But for sure, Hell Ripper is early in the day on the lawn and outside. SA Slayers, again, a few hours later, but Blood Ceremony's in between that. And so then it goes SA Slayer, Coroner, Samael, and Saxon. Let's go.
Wrap up a good night.
Let's go. Yeah, I'm excited. Instagram and Facebook continuing to grow?
Yep, we're over 250 on Instagram and closing in on 2,500 on Facebook. So yeah, making some progress.
That's solid, bro. On YouTube, just over 11,000 views, thanks to the shorts, and this is just in the last 28 days. But we've got some increased viewership on the shows, but mostly everything is the shorts, no question. Yeah. That's what's drawing the people. But we've added 17 subscribers during that time, and now we're at 60 exactly.
Wow.
We were at 50 last time, now we're at 60. The Overkill short of Motorhead song Overkill has over 600 views in just the last 7 days.
That's great.
People are watching and commenting because he's doing the whistling in the short, and that doesn't go over so well. But our female audience, TD, has actually dropped.
What?
Yeah.
How's that possible?
It went from 2% to 1.3.
Oh, okay, yeah, because we had a bunch of dudes in there is what happened. Okay. Well, I just thought maybe some women were like, I'm out and unliked this or unsubscribed this or whatever. I was like, why?
Now, I will say, although the U.S. audience as a whole is about 41% of our audience is USA. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Germany comes in second at 4%.
Wow.
Followed by Canada, Japan, and the UK
Wow.
at just
very
about
cool.
2%. So that's
Yeah.
cool.
That's
That's
good stuff.
That's
Yeah.
interesting to me. So
We have a long reach.
anything else, my brother?
No, that's it. Just, thinking about the show, the festival, and getting excited.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, then, people, that's it for episode 24 of the Agents of Rage. We're doing these about every 2 weeks, so we will have one more episode before we head to Hell's Heroes, so look out for that. Otherwise, ready to close it out?
Let's do it, man.
For TD, and I'm El Ren. We'll see you next time on the Agents of Rage. No posers, no apologies, just pure metal. See ya.